What's happening, guys? Ken Kaplan here. This is a 1997 Harley Davidson Dyna Glide Convertible. Extremely rare piece. They didn't make too many of these, and this is probably the only one left that's 100% original, right out of the box original, except for the mufflers. Pretty much all of them got highly modified. This is an absolute museum piece. 2,000 original miles, owned by the original family since brand new. Carefully maintained, stored indoors. Never been out in the rain. Just a stunning, stunning piece. This is a keeper, folks. No doubt about it. This is the kind of bike you get on and ride all day long. It's designed for the long haul. And when you get into town, let's say you're riding up to Americade for the rally, like Christy and I did. On my Dyna, I got the same exact setup, except for mine's an aftermarket set of removable bags like this. These are quick detach removable bags. They're the hot setup, and they come right off very easily. The windshield is a little bit bigger than the one on my Dyna, and it gives you awesome protection. It could even rain out and your whole body would stay dry except for your hands and your shoes. Just a beautiful piece. This is an Evolution motor, so you don't have to worry about any of the twin cam chain adjuster problems that are notorious on the earlier models. What you're buying here is you're buying a Evo that was near the end of the production line for Evos. They had made this motor for almost 2 decades, so everything was completely sorted out on it. These motors are regularly go. I have a friend who has one with 190,000 miles. He's never had to replace any components on the top end of the motor. All he's done is gaskets. Almost 200,000 miles, and he's been to Alaska with it a bunch of times. Great motors, lots of potential for long distance, trouble-free riding. And this bike it's 22 years old. To find an original convertible like this, Evolution powered convertible, is like pretty much next to impossible. They're just not out there. The original paint is in pristine condition. All the chrome is like brand new. It's just a stunning original bike. This bike is 100% original, right down to the tires on it. So if you're looking for an investment quality Harley that's going to stand the test of time, look no further. If you're looking for a bike that you can ride cross country tomorrow without any issues, this is the bike. The CV carburetors, I run the CV carburetor on my hopped up Dyna. It's a phenomenal carburetor, and very few issues. 5-speed transmissions. These are notorious for just running forever. And of course, the aftermarket is full of accessories. You could go any direction you want with this bike. I like it exactly the way it is, but to each their own. It is really cold out. It's probably, obviously you can see with the snow, it's about 20 degrees out. So I'm going to pull her back in because I'm getting cold. And I'll go over everything on this bike with you once we get in there. Nice sounding bike. Stock exhaust system with the Screaming Eagle slip fit mufflers. That's a Harley Davidson catalog item. You know, usually these Dynas and any Harley, it is from this era, is all fettered up with that Chinese Kuryakin bolt-on crap like Kuryakin hyperchargers and the live to ride to live bull crap that they put on here, all that cheesy stuff. There's none of that on this bike. This bike's all Harley Davidson. I don't want to get off of it. And the windshield really makes it easier to, and she's got plenty of power. It runs beautifully. Plenty of power. 1,340 cc's of time-tested Evolution power right here, folks. The bike has a brand new battery in it this year, and it's also just had the carburetor cleaned, professionally cleaned by the Harley dealer, and the gas tank rinsed out, and all the fluids changed on it, so it needs nothing. All the brake fluids were changed. Again, original family, one family owner, since brand new, title in hand. This bike originally cost about $14,000, maybe $15,000 out the door. And of course, like any motorcycle, it depreciated for the first 10 or 15 years, but it's been going back up in value for quite some time. And the current Blue Book value of this bike is now over $13,000. I'll show it to you. Why? Because, well, classic Harleys that are like this, that are original, are just extremely hard to find. I mean, think about it. I go to the TSI Harley Davidson rally that they have here every year for the MDA. Close to 10,000 bikes are there. There's not very many Evos there. It's all the twin cams. And just to find a pristine Evolution like this is a really nice find. I would love to keep this in the museum if I could, but I'm sure whoever gets it's going to want it under their Christmas tree. But this is the actual first floor of the museum, and if you look behind us here, you'll see the this is the dance floor, and we have the drum set over here, the Fender guitar. Now this bike is called the Convertible for a reason. These bags come off very easily. Just 2 thumb screws hold it on there, and the windshield comes off very easily, and I can show you how that works. What a beauty. 2,199 miles. There's Clint Lauren's Harley Davidson XR 1200. There's a bunch of stuff I want to tell you about this bike. The Dyna Convertible, if you've watched our Dyna videos, you'll know that George Sajowski, the horsepower man from Rody Harley Davidson, prefers these early Dynas to build his high performance versions. Oh, there's an oil spot on the floor there, but that's not from this bike. That's from the Ironhead Sportster. That's got a sump on it. So this one's oil tight, 100%. So there's a reason why George Sajowski, the horsepower man, likes these earlier Dynas to build performance bikes out of, and I'll tell you why. One, it's the frame. This front end on this bike has a 28-degree rake on it. If you look at the front of the bike, the angle of the fork on this is 28 degrees from where the frame is. Usually they're 29, 30, or 31, depending on the model, whether you have a wide glide, whatever you have. This is the sharpest steering head angle they offer, so it makes it a super great handling bike, and it's got the long travel 39mm forks, the long travel forward mounted shocks, and the trail on this, that's the rake, and then there's the trail. The trail is 4.1 inches on this bike. That's the distance. That's a part of the angle and distance. You have to Google it to get a great description, but the trail on the wide glide is 5.1 inches, and the rake is, I think, 30 or 31. So the front end's in a little bit tighter. It's going to handle a lot better, but it still gives you great highway stability. I'd like to take the helmet cam off.
Hey guys, Ken Kaplan here from the New England Motorcycle Museum in front of our Christmas tree. It's 18 days to Christmas. We're on the first floor of the New England Motorcycle Museum. I just got back from a brisk ride. It's about 20 degrees out on this badass, absolutely stunning, brand new, Kaplan America approved Harley Davidson Dyna. This baby has 2,000 miles on it. It's an original owner bike. Guy was obsessed with it, kept it 100% original, stock, and mint. It's got more wax on it than a candle. And this is a very, very rare piece. This is the Dyna Convertible. Can you zoom in on there and read the original air cleaner? 80 cubic inches, Dyna Convertible. This is an Evolution 1340 cc, B-twin, carbureted, 5-speed transmission, rubber mounted motor. These are the most reliable Harley motor they ever built. They didn't have any of the issues like they had in the twin cam, and the Dyna chassis is awesome. Why do they call it convertible? Well, stand over here, Kenny, so you can get this. Watch this. They call this a convertible because just like the FXDXT, and just like the FXR convertible they had before this, it's convertible from a long-distance cruiser with a big bag on the back and the windshield on the front. The windshield comes right off. There's 2 little screws right here you loosen, and it's a frame. It's a fork-mounted fairing. It pops right out. Voila, that's it. Fairing comes off, and now you have a really sporty around-town cruiser. The bag on the back here, 1 screw, this little thumb screw right here. You loosen this, and the bag pops right off. Look at that. Now you got the profile of an around-town cruiser. So very cool that you can do that on this bike. The bag comes on and off. It's all Harley Davidson. The other thing I want to point out is the condition of these bags. These are virtually brand new condition. They have the leather with the matching stud that matches the original factory Harley studded seat, but it also has a corduroy in here. It's a corduroy material, or a depth, I'm not sure if that's the right way to call it, but it's what do they call that material, Kenny? It's not leather, but it's well, in any event,
Velcro. I don't know.
no,
Not Velcro.
It's well, it's not leather, but I think they do call it corduroy. Anyways, very high quality Harley Davidson bags that'll last forever, and no Mickey Mouse aftermarket crap on this bike at all. The only item on here that's not original from the factory is these Screaming Eagle mufflers right here. These are Harley Davidson. These aren't Korean or anything Chinese. It's Screaming Eagle, right from Harley Davidson's catalog. So now the Dyna Convertible, I mentioned earlier, has the more aggressive front end rake and trail, so it handles great, but it came right from the factory with these. This was an option on all the other bikes, and it's a several $100 option. It's the forward control, so when you're riding down the highway for 6 or 8 hours, you've got a spot to put your feet on the front right here. The seat is in brand new condition, as is the gas tank, the front rear fender. Everything's beautiful on this bike. All the lights work, all the switches work. It has a brand new battery in it, and it's just been completely serviced. New battery, the carburetor was cleaned and tuned, and the jets were cleaned, and all the fluids were changed in it, so it needs absolutely nothing. These are the original tires. The date code on here, I checked. These are the original 1997 tires, and they're in brand new condition. So good luck finding another one like this that's an absolute cream puff. Never been dropped, never been damaged in any way, shape, or form. You did the photo shoot on this already, Kenny. Did you see the pictures?
Oh yeah.
Looks brand new, right?
Oh yeah.
The gauges are in perfect condition, and everything works stunning on it. So if you have any questions about the bike, give us a call at 860-454-7024. We can ship this bike anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country for about $500 or less. We can even ship it to the UK for $750. Now, I want to point out a few things. Usually people modify the handlebar grips. These are original. The pegs are original. The exhaust system is original with the Screaming Eagle mufflers on it. It's got the original shocks. Everything is original, including most people pull off these little reflectors. So to find a 97 that's out of the box, fresh like this, 100% original and stunning is, well, it just doesn't happen. I've pulled brand new Harleys out of the crate that were in the crate for 20 years, like the 100th anniversary bike, actually 16 years, and there was all kinds of degradation on the aluminum on the fork tube. So I've seen bikes come out of a crate that weren't this nice. So obviously, I very much love original Harley Davidson Dyna Glide Convertible. Junior, is there anything you'd like to add about this bike?
No, I can't say I can add anything new. You're the resident expert on this one, but it shows well. I dig the paint scheme with the little gold stripe, and then there's another darker red stripe in the deep black here. It's a hot setup, and it's totally unmolested. So this is exactly what we're looking for when you go for an earlier Dyna, you know.
And the bikes, this is an investment quality bike. Oh, I mentioned the Blue Book. When you look at the ones before the Evolution motor, the next generation before was the shovel head, or in the case of the Sportster, the iron heads, and before that was a pan head. The ones that are bringing all the money are original ones. Why? Because people always modify Harleys. They change the paint job and they change everything on them, and they're never stock. They're going to leave the showroom stock. Here's a guy who had the peace of mind for 22 years to keep this thing 100% original and immaculate, and my hat's off to him for doing that. I don't even do that with my bikes. But my Harleys are highly modified right off Jump Street. So I have the Blue Book right here. I don't know if you can zoom in on this. This is a 2020 edition. Can you zoom in on that? You'll see the current FXDS convertible #1 condition value is $13,000. This is absolutely, unequivocally, non-negotiably a #1 bike. It's perfect. So I'm a judge for the Antique Motorcycle Club of America. I judge motorcycle shows. I'm an ambassador for the AMCA. I own the Motorcycle Museum. I've seen literally thousands of motorcycles come and go here at the museum in the 6 years we've been here. And I can tell you, I've been to Daytona, well, every year since 1990. It's my 30th year for Bike Weekend. I go to the Harley booth every year, and I go down Main Street and look at all the bikes. You roll into a bike show with this thing, this is gonna, first of all, it's gonna pull 99 points for originality, and it's damn near close to a 100-point bike. So, in my opinion, you won't find a nicer pre-owned Dyna anywhere on the planet, unless you buy a brand new 2017 when they stopped making them. They discontinued this model. Now they're all soft tails. So there's so much potential on this bike as a show bike, an investment piece, or just a bike that you can ride all day, every day as a daily rider. I think it's too nice for it to be a daily rider, to be honest with you, but we'll leave it up to whoever buys it. If you want to leave it in the museum, we'd love to keep it here. If you have any questions, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Good luck betting on this bike. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and God bless America.